Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Podcast. This is your girl Maya and I am back again. And I have a special guest with me.
What's good with this, y'all? This Fame Virus. Catch me on any social media. Just plug in Fame Virus on Instagram. Plug it in on YouTube and on the Tag app. If you got the Tag app, type in Fame Virus and you can find me.
Because he's a streamer, period, poo. Make sure y'all tap in Unapologetic X Podcast. You guys can call in to 646-580-2512. Leave a voicemail, weigh in on the topic. If you have any topic suggestions, leave it on the voicemail as well. Any advice that you may need, hit me up and you'll be featured on the next episode. As you all may know, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and all month long I have been giving you guys a lot of content regarding domestic violence, the different types of abuse, sharing some insight. And we're just going to go right into Blueface and his girlfriend, Christine Rock. Their relationship is pretty public. There was a clip that went around where he kind of body slammed her, trying to restrain her from hitting him. So that was like the beginning of people seeing their relationship and how toxic it was. They did an interview, I think maybe like a month ago I think it was like at an award show, and TMZ had like basically asked them, what are you guys going to do different in your relationship? Because she did get arrested for domestic violence, for an assault charge for hitting him. And she was just like, we're going to do it behind closed doors. We're just not going to do it in public anymore. I do feel like it's a double standard when it comes down to domestic violence between whether it's a man hitting a woman or being abusive towards a woman and then a woman being abusive towards a man. What are your thoughts on that, Fame?
Yes, I do feel like it's a double standard. I feel like the law's pretty much set up to arrest a man, because I'd have been in discrepancy with the ex-girlfriend, and I called the police on her, but I was the one that got taken in. They claimed that I was the aggressor.
Really?
And I was the one that called the police on her, so it is definitely a double standard.
Damn, so what was the situation? Like, did she hit you? Did she destroy some of your things?
Yeah, she was tearing up my house, and then she was throwing food at me. Oh. And I kind of, I ain't gonna lie, we had like a little small food fight. But ultimately, I'm just like, I ain't taking this no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tearing up all my stuff. And I called the police, and when they got there, they pretty much walked right past me, go and talk to her, and then arrest me.
That's fucked up. Because there are some women who will literally provoke a man to hit them and then turn around and play victim. Or sometimes they may say, yeah, I did that, but then they still end up arresting the man anyways, just because of maybe how you look or because you are the man in the situation. It's like, what did you do? Did you put your hands on her? Did you provoke her? It's always the question of like, what did the man do?
Yeah, I feel like that's what they wanted. They wanted me to do something to her. Mm-hmm. I ended up going to court, and she even came and defended me, and the court picked it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then the court picked it up. So then it was me versus the state.
Oh, yeah, because that's what ended up happening. She can't. I think what they have it now, I thought it was just in certain states, but how they have it now is, so say if you get arrested on a DV charge, a domestic violence charge, and say if the victim wanted to go to court to drop the charges, they're no longer able to. The state will pick it up, and then, yeah, that's how it ended up working now. How long were you and her together for?
No, we was together for like 4 years.
Damn. So, like, was this the first time something like that happened, or you kind of ignored everything else that led up to that one incident?
Uh, I mean, other situations were mild. You know, we go to the extent that it went to that day. So, you get into little arguments, and I'm a man. I could handle my woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Sometimes being in relationships, you can be frustrated or whatever, but you should never resort to violence in a relationship. Like, I don't really think that that's cool. So, ultimately, keep going down that same path. I just like, well, this time I'm gonna call the police on you because I'm tired of getting all my stuff broke in my house. I'm tired of, you know, going through these things with you in a sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm a good dude. I don't want to be arguing and fighting with my woman. Like, that's not how I was raised, how I was brought up. But I can understand that some people weren't brought up the same way I was brought up. So, eventually I'm just like, man, I got to call the police on you.
Right. Damn. So, have you ever been outside of physical? Have you ever been in like a verbally abusive relationship?
Yeah, I've been in quite a few. I feel like people don't know how to talk to people nowadays. And that's the honest to God truth. People got a real problem when it comes to communicating. And I feel like people need to get that together in order to be in a real prosperous relationship. People really sleep on communication and they really lack communication skills. That's because you mad don't mean that you about to talk to me any kind of way. Because, I could be mad too. I'm not talking to you any kind of way. There needs to be a sense of respect in a relationship in order for it to work. And I feel like nowadays, um, people lose in the sense of that.
Yeah. Um, Now there's other forms of abuse, like digital abuse. Have you ever been blackmailed by your partner? Like maybe you guys got a sex tape together, you guys have exchanged some photos where she got pictures or videos of you. Has she ever like try to use that against you, like threatened to post it just to get something from you?
No, I don't think. I don't think none. I ain't never had that happen to me, or at least I don't think that that's happened to me. But
It
I would
happens
say
to
that
women all the
the women
time.
that I was with would never do nothing like that. At least, because even though we be fighting and arguing, um, we still in a relationship. And they don't want to lose me to somebody else. So why would you go and do that?
Have you
Why
ever
would you do that?
told a woman that you were in a relationship with, like, have you ever told her, I'm the best you ever had? Like, you would never get anybody better than me?
No, no. If our relationship is over and it's over, like if you go and find somebody better than me, you find somebody better than me.
Because I know when it was like time for me to part ways in my relationship, I heard that a lot just to get me to stay. Like, although they fucked up and they said things, they did things towards me, and he would tell me like, you would never get nobody better than me. And I used to kind of believe it in a way. And it's so weird how our brains work. Like, we know our worth, right?
Yeah,
But then when you're with somebody and you kind of been with them for some time, they know you in and out, and it's like you don't want the relationship to end, but you know it has to end because of their abusive ways, whether it's verbally, physically, emotionally, financially abusive towards you. You kind of know you got to leave the situation. And I used to believe like, damn, I'm never gonna nobody's ever gonna love me the way that he loved me, because he kind of not he kind of but he did accept me for who I was and didn't try to change me. So I think when it
okay.
comes to like women being in abusive relationships, it's kind of different, versus a man being in an abusive relationship because, like, I don't know. It's like men, it just seemed like we know how to handle, like, y'all know how to handle it. You could just easily walk away, kind of. That's how it seemed to me. Women, we get so emotionally caught up into the relationship where we're like, what if this and what if that? And he done told
Yeah,
me
no,
all
that's
these
true.
things. Yeah, our emotions are involved deeply.
Yeah, I think that's why it'd be harder for y'all to recover from a domestic violence relationship than a man.
Right.
Like I can, even though I love you, I could detach myself. Like, of course, there's some emotion there, but I don't think that men are as emotionally invested as women. I mean,
Right.
some men could be, though. Some men definitely could be. I'm not saying that men aren't emotionally invested into the relationship, but I don't think that, compared to a woman, I don't feel like we invest as much emotion.
Because as is, you guys don't really show any. It's hard for y'all to show y'all emotions and let y'all guard down. Let that side out, I feel like. So you could love me, although I treated you bad, but it would be easier for you to walk away versus
Yeah.
me walking away because I'm just a natural nurturer. I love hard. And I always want to see the good in someone, especially if I'm fucking with them. I always want to see the good in them. And I tend to, I tended to look at the positive of the situation versus the negative, trying to like tell myself like don't leave, knowing I have to leave, like this is not a good relationship anymore. Is going bad. And I was so in denial at first where I don't know, I was just really in denial about everything cuz I'm like I kind of want to not let you go. And
Right.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm stronger now. Well, I'm still healing, but I feel like I'm stronger than what I was.
Right now, I know my mom used to be in a domestic violence relationship, and that's what she kind of said that she didn't want to leave. But then she said that, a sense of her didn't want to leave, and a sense of her did want to leave. Then she had her doubts about the man because this is a abusive relationship. What is this man gonna do if I leave? Like women think about all of that, and it's crazy that you can be a prisoner to a relationship like that. Like it's crazy that sometimes these women feel like they don't have no way out. They feel like they don't have nothing without this guy. Like, and he's abusing you. Like, so
Right.
that's like I don't know. It's kind of crazy, just the thought and picture that happening to somebody. But I do know that it happened. It happens quite often.
It does. Um, in your situation where your ex girlfriend was destroying your stuff, did you ever think about calling like a sister or a cousin, like come whoop her ass for me because I can't put my hands on her?
Uh, no,
No, you didn't want to
nah,
involve anybody.
nah, because that's lightweight embarrassing. Then when you start involving other people, then it just really no coming back from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no coming back from it. I mean, there is. You can continue to be in a relationship still, but I mean, I'm not. I'm a firm believer in our battle is our battle. Why are
Right.
we involved in other people? Because now their perception getting people involved, and then they see how your relationship is operating. Feel like that's embarrassing. Like involving other people. Now you let other people have an opinion about what's going on with you, what's going on with the relationship. You got to get a lecture. You didn't change their insight and perspective about a person, and then say y'all work things out.
Right. And
Well,
that's the worst
like
part of it.
Yeah, like, now we don't work things out, but, I done told my mama about you and she don't like you no more. Like, I done told my sister about you now, she like, we hate you. Like, so I'm a firm believer in don't get nobody else involved into your relationships but, I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I'm different. Uh, get other people involved if you need to. Like it's like we talking about domestic violence. So if you sitting there, a man attacking you and stuff, and you don't know what to do, yeah, get some other people involved. Preferably get the police involved. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if you need to get like your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister involved, I say do so. But ultimately everything boils down to you still. At the end of the day, what you do, how you react, how you move on from this episode,
Right. So I asked that question because when it came down to between Blueface and his girlfriend Christine Rock, her dad, because they're in the media, right? He's famous, she's famous for being with him. I think she's like a artist as well, but everyone sees the relationship play out on social media. They see everything, the good and the bad, everything that's been going on with them, and there was I think it was like a month ago where Blueface attacked Christine Rock's father. And the backstory behind that was he saw the way Blueface was treating his daughter, like I said, through the media, and he was ready to fight Blueface. But Christine jumped in and was like, "You're not about to touch my boy." So it's like, so yeah, she was like, "You're not about to touch my boyfriend." Da 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 da. What would you do if, say, you was to call your sister or your mom or whoever, as your girlfriend was or your ex girlfriend was throwing your stuff out, and she was to attack your mom? What would you do?
calling the police.
You're not going to
I'm
rush.
calling. I'm not putting my hands on no woman now. I'm calling the police though.
Damn. So like, she attacking your mom's like she attacking her.
I mean, the most I do is probably pull her off, but I know I could probably even still go to jail for that. Right? I'll pull her off, because she's not just about to do anything to my mom. Like, this is not going to happen, but ultimately, I'm going to call the police. Like, they're definitely getting involved, like,
That's
for
tough.
sure.
That's
Yeah, you're
tough.
going to go to jail that day for sure. You going to jail that day for sure. You're gonna be in there for a minute because I'm pretty sure my mom not playing games. She gonna definitely press charges on you. It ain't gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like,
I feel like in a situation like theirs, um, it's like, damn, that's your dad. Like, you about to put this man before your dad, and your dad just really just trying to protect you.
right. I feel like that girl is a lost cause. That I feel that you also gotta understand that there's some people that accept um, domestic violence. They participate in it too. Like
Yeah,
you
there
got
can
some
definitely be
people.
relationships.
Be, yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like she be hitting Blueface, and Blueface be hitting her. That's something hard for me to sit back and watch, of course, because I'm looking at these folks like they ain't got no sense at all. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, this is what y'all practice. Like, this is y'all love. Y'all love is y'all hitting each other. That's weird. But I mean, I guess there's some people in the world that indulge in that weird activity like that. Like they like it. So that's the only way I can see her, defending him while her dad trying to defend her. Like it's because he engages in that. Like, she would probably hit him multiple times. She like you said, she said something about some we still gonna do this behind closed doors. So she's inviting it, she's encouraging it. So you can't really feel bad for her when she's saying senseless stuff like that. Like I can um I could feel more of a sense to try to defend you if if you didn't like what was going on.
Right.
Like you don't want this to happen. You know you're being abused and you know it, and you're trying to find a way out, but you're scared because you don't know what's going to happen to you if you leave this man. I can see that, but I can't see me trying to help you and you encouraging domestic violence. Like I can't see. I don't want to get myself involved. Like you know what I'm saying. I feel like at that point, what is her dad gonna do for real? For her, his daughter encouraging it. So like, what is he really gonna do? Of course, he don't want to see his daughter in situations like that. But at the end of the day, your daughter inviting that. Like so, like what are you gonna do? Because it seems to me like she gonna always talk to the guy.
True. So this was your sister. And let's just say the first time you come to your sister's defense, because you just like, nah, this dude not about to keep putting his hands on my sister. And she kind of tells you, no, Fame, go. It's okay. I got it. Don't worry about it. Woo, 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 woo. Then the second time, something may happen. And let's just say the third time, she doesn't necessarily tell you. You kind of find out about it the first two times. And then the third time she calls you and tells you, like, bro, I need you. Are you showing up? Even though she dismissed you
Oh
the first two times?
yeah, I'm showing up. I know my sister ain't gonna be in those situations like that because it's gonna be a wrap from the beginning. Like we not even gonna allow it to go down to uh, the first time, the second time, the third time. That's not about to happen at all. Like somebody hit my sister, you got a problem at that point.
Okay. I mean, I feel like if my sister was to call me, because I was in a situation, actually, one of my friends, she was in an abusive relationship where, like, her boyfriend used to, like, legit, like, beat her like she was a dude, right? And they have kids together and everything, like, 2 or 3 kids. Yeah, they have, like, 2 or 3 kids together. And he used to like really whoop her ass. And it was a time where her stepfather kind of went and tried to help her. And the boyfriend was about to shoot her stepfather. And she called him over there. But then once, altercation is about to go down, like, yo, you keep putting your hands on my daughter. Like, you know what I mean? She's still a female at the end of the day. What you gonna do? Like, let's fight. And the boyfriend got his gun and he was getting ready to shoot him. It's like in a situation like that, because you have called him so many times, people will eventually get fed up, and you'll be lucky in a situation like that if someone was to come to your defense.
Nah, for real. Yeah, I feel like she put her dad in a situation. That's also what you got to think about. You can't just think about yourself. You got people that love you, people that care about you. Not only did you put yourself in a situation, you just put your dad in a situation, and that it can't be okay.
And
Like
just,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, just imagine like a female being in a situation where she want help, right? She wants to get help from someone, but she's not ready to leave her relationship, her abusive relationship. And let's just say in this situation, her stepfather was to have gotten shot. And now he's in the hospital either fighting for his life or he got some serious wounds. And she's already feeling alone because she feel like nobody is understanding of her situation. And now you involve someone who is literally trying to help you and protect you. Imagine how alone she feels now because everyone is blaming you for your stepfather or your dad or your mom or whoever getting shot, and now they're in the hospital.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Like, you are at fault. Like,
Damn,
what
that's
you
harsh.
doing now? I feel like you are at fault. You put your father in that situation your uh, by your decision.
Mm-hmm.
Like saying? You thinking that you in love by dating this domestic, you know what I'm saying, abuser. This is a domestic abuser. He don't care about nobody, not even your dad. Like, he pulled a gun out on your dad, and that's okay with you. Like, that doesn't make any. That don't sit well with me. Like, to be honest, that really don't sit well with me. Like, because you could have done better.
Right.
You know, your dad trying to protect you because he know that you deserve better, but you don't see it yourself. That's you the problem.
And
He don't say it just
sometimes
as much as the abuser. You the problem just as much as that abuser.
I feel like sometimes we're just so stubborn in love and we don't really want to hear anything negative that someone may have to say about our partner. Especially when you know the
Yeah, but
situation is bad, but you're not really trying to hear that the situation is bad.
I mean, but you know it's bad if getting your hands put on you. What kind of love is that? Who wants to be in love with somebody just beating on them? What kind of love is that? Like, so like, I mean, to a certain degree, you understand what's going on. Like, we not kids. Like, we know that that's not a good relationship. Like, and if you think that that's a good relationship, then that's sad because you could be in a way better relationship. There's people that's gonna love you that never put their hands on you. There's people that you can be in a relationship with that'll never say anything foul to you. That'll never come at you and attack you verbally, mentally. There's people that you can get into a relationship with that's great for you, and then there's people that's not for you. And I'm gonna say that somebody that's abusing you, like, why would you put yourself through that mess? If that's what you want.
Not necessarily. You were saying some good points. Why would you want to be with someone who, and there's probably someone else out there who could treat you way better, that won't put their hands on you, right? But when it comes to being in an abusive relationship, although you know it's not good, we still have that fear of leaving. You get what I'm saying? Like there's still a
Yeah,
fear.
I do, but you fearing still leads to bad judgment. That don't change the fact that it's a bad judgment. You fear this person. Why are you in a relationship with somebody that you fear? Like, you know what I'm saying? You should be fearing your life. And if you're fearing your life, why are you with this person? Like, like, it don't add up. That you just putting yourself in a situation. You're allowing that person to get away with what they're doing to you.
Mm-mm. No.
You don't think so? You don't think
That's
that's allowing? You
no.
don't think that that's you allowing? So okay,
There's
so
many
like this never happened,
factors.
but
There's many
I get
factors
that.
to keep someone in a relationship, in an abusive relationship. There's many factors that play into it. This person may not have a support system. This person may not have the financial means to like leave. If they have kids together, where are me and my kids gonna go if there's no shelter available, or I have no way to get to the shelter, or I don't even have money without this person? Like this person, I
And I get that, but that still don't make the situation okay. That's an excuse. At the end of the day, that's an
you
excuse to
think that?
tolerate. Was I know that my mom was in a domestic violence relationship. My mom was in that situation,
So what
and
made
you
your
know
mom
what?
leave?
When she left, huh?
And when she left, like after how long did she leave?
When she left, her life turned around.
And it
You know what I'm
does.
saying?
And it
So like,
does. It definitely
but
does turn
that's
around. But in that
yeah.
moment, you're listening to things is
Oh, I get exactly what you're saying.
is hard. And I'm not gonna
It is
victim shame
hard, but
anybody to say
at the same time, it's an excuse though. Also, you can't forget that it's still an excuse. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mama told me, like, like, I hate to say it like that, but my mom told me as soon as she stopped making excuses, that's when she left. When she stopped making excuses, and we're not going to sit here and act like you're not making excuses. If you're in a domestic violence relationship and you're what if this and what if that and no I can't this and I you're making excuses. Like that's just what you're doing. Like there ain't no way around it. You're making excuses. And that's just as simple as it is. That's an excuse. That's an excuse, you know? And once you get over making so many excuses, that's when things will change. Things not gonna change unless until you make them change. So making a ton of excuses is not gonna work for you. It's not gonna do you much justice. You get what I'm saying? Like nothing's gonna change. You're gonna keep getting abused. Um, you're gonna keep getting abused.
That's not true.
You said that's not true?
That's not true.
If you stay in an abusive relationship with somebody that's abusing you and you stay there, does
I'm
that
no.
mean that
I'm
you're gonna
talking
continue
about
to
the
get abused?
I'm talking about the excuses part.
So what do you call it then? So what you're saying is you have to. If it's not an excuse, then you're saying that you have to stay in that relationship. Where are you staying in that relationship for? You know it's not good for you. You know nothing's good to come from the relationship, but you stay there because of whatever reasons. But you know ultimately that it's not a good thing. So
You can
anything
know
that
it's
you
not a good thing and still have the fear of leaving. You can fear for your life,
well,
whether
that's
you
the
are in the relationship or out of the relationship.
yeah. I get that. I get that you fear. I get that because she said that herself. But ultimately, when you stop making an excuse, because that fear still was an excuse to stay. I don't know what's going to happen. He may kill me. He just might. He just might kill you while you're there. Okay? So if you ask me, you gonna go down without a fight? Of course, you're not fighting this person. He's abusing you. Like, you know what I'm saying? People abuse people that they can abuse because they think that you're weak. Okay, so and they know that they can do it. They know that they can get away with it. Um, Once you take that away from him by removing yourself from the situation, because that's ultimately only thing that's going to change this situation is if you remove yourself from the situation or you call the police. Either or. You have to stop making excuses in a relationship, like in a domestic violence relationship. Like you may not like the way that it sounds, but the truth hurts sometimes. And I feel like it's an excuse. Even my mom felt like it was an excuse. That's the way she worded it. She worded it. I had to stop making excuses in order to leave.
So I just want
She
to
has
clarify:
fears.
are you victim shaming or no?
Huh?
Are you victim shaming?
I'm not victim shaming just
Okay,
because I
I just,
said that.
no, no, no. I just wanted to clarify that because some people may take it, some people may take what you just said as that. Like some people, some people in abusive relationships don't speak up because of, yeah, it's hard to hear the truth because that's not what we want to hear when we're in situations. And I totally get what you're saying. Like we make excuses. Like we make excuses for the people that we love. And firsthand, I made a lot of excuses for the person that I was with because I just didn't want to believe that that's what it was coming to. So there's people, yeah, you're right. We make excuses. Um, but some people may take that and be like, "Oh, he a man, he don't understand." So I just wanted to just have you say like, "No, you wasn't victim shaming," but I get exactly
Yeah,
what you're
no,
saying. I
I'm
get
saying what
exactly
my
what you're
mom told
saying.
me when I was younger, what she told me about her abusive relationship. Like these
Mm-hmm.
are the words from a woman, not from me.
Right.
Like I could never imagine what you're going through. I'd never been in that situation. I could never imagine being domestically abused like that. Like even with when I had the ex girlfriend that, she would say things, she would be mad, disrespectful. That's a form of domestic violence or abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not violent, but a domestic abuse.
It's part of
That's
an
a form,
abuse. Mm-hmm.
tearing up my stuff, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She has hit me before, but I mean, like, them look like it didn't really phase me. You know what I'm saying, I didn't really think too much into it. Like, it ain't like that stuff happened often. Like, he was beating on me or nothing. Like, but I feel like what my mom told me was the real. Ultimately, look at her now. You know what I'm saying? Been married to my dad for like 30 years now. Like, you know what I'm saying? She told me about this relationship when she was younger. She was way younger. My mom like 68 now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, if you ask me, um, I feel like when you getting abused, you start losing your better judgment.
You do.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Your better judgment for your safety.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you start seeing the blurry line on what love is.
You do.
Because some of these people do tear y'all down and make you feel like you ain't nothing, make you feel like you need them, even despite them abusing you. Like, and it's sad, but it's a definitely psychological thing. But ultimately, once you stop making the excuse of why you should still stay, then you can make better judgments for yourself and get yourself up and out of there to a healthy relationship, one that you're more deserving of, because I don't believe that no one deserved that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even like Blueface in that girl situation, it seemed like she invites this kind of behavior. It seems like she indulged in it because the way she said, "We gonna do this behind closed doors." I still don't feel like you deserve that, sweetheart. Like, like even though it's okay with you, that's an excuse. But I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, then hey, it's people that in the world that do like crazy stuff. You know. But for me, I don't like it. I don't like, people that abuse people, people that, resort to violence. It's just not my forte. And like I said, I had a mom that went through that when she told me that story when I was younger. It was kind of like, I ain't fully understand the magnitude of it because I don't know nothing about domestic violence back then. But when she told me about it, being a youngster, like, I couldn't fathom somebody hitting and abusing my mama. Like, that's what I knew from it.
Right.
Like, yo, you could have been abusing my mama. Like, bet I never see you in the streets. Like, but, ultimately, she got herself up out of there. She started doing good judgment. She said one day he was asleep and she got herself up out of there.
Right.
Like,
She had the
while he was
courage to
asleep.
do so.
Yeah. And it's crazy that the way she explained it was like she had to do it while he was asleep and get herself out of there.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he
because
was keeping tabs on her.
mm-hmm.
He was all over her. He was smothering her. She didn't feel like she could get away, and if she tried to get away, he'll be there. She had a fear for that.
Right.
But ultimately, when she understood that, hey, what's gonna happen? The same thing gonna happen. He just came home and beat me, and I'm here. If he catch up with me, if I try to get myself out of here to safety, then he just catch up with me because hey, it's the same beating. If you think about it, it's the same beating. So like I say, make a better judgment. Take that risk to get yourself out of that situation because I mean, obviously, it's a risk. If you're fearing your safety, fearing your life, yeah, every moment with this person is a risk for your life. So you might as well leave with a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying by indulging in a fight with this guy because that would be crazy. Don't do that. But at least try to get yourself out of there if
Yeah.
possible. Like, and I understand that it's not that easy. I'm not saying it is the way. If just me saying it'll make you feel like I probably feel like it's easy to get yourself out of there. I know that it's not. I know that your safety is at risk,
By you
that you
even
could be harmed. Huh?
yeah, even just by attempting to leave because let's be real, even if you were to call the cops or get a restraining order, it doesn't necessarily like you still have that fear. Like, even outside of the relationship, you're no longer with this person, you still have some type of fear. Like,
No, yeah,
you know? So once
yeah,
you
I got
leave, it's still, you still have to look over your shoulder because this person can.
yes, and I was just about to say that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's something that I never really thought about, but I'm pretty sure that when my mom go out to the grocery stores and to the stuff like that, just moving around by herself, I'm pretty sure that someday she do have a fear. I hope that she don't fear this man for the rest of her life, but I'm pretty sure that there is a fear of what if I bump into him and he feeds me. I've never even thought about that until today, and I can't, fathom what be going on through even my mom's head,
Mm-hmm.
on a day to day, because there is a possibility that she can bump into this dude again. Especially if he still live out here where we live at.
Right.
Like there is a possibility, and and what would that dude try to do if he saw her?
You just never know.
Right.
You
And
just never
that's
know.
scary. That's a fear, you know. But at the same time, at least she's not getting abused no more. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take him to find her in order for him to do anything to her because she got away.
Most definitely. Um, So, yeah, if you need any help, whether you are a man or a woman, you can call 1-800-799-7233, or you can text the word START, that's START, to 88788, and that is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Until next time, I hope you guys take care, and we out of here.